A really lively atmosphere as we get underway. You can just feel the tension mounting. Let's see what kind of match these two teams can produce. Juanfran. Oscar. D'Alessandro. Kohler. Now what can he do? Hold on to the ball. Good attacking position too here. Oh, what a goal! That's their first of the match. Inside the first few minutes of the first half. A beautiful right foot finish. They are in front. Can they add another and put the result beyond doubt? Juanfran collects the ball nicely. What can he conjure up here? Another chance. Just wide and into the side netting.
It's true that if you don't shoot, you don't score, but that wasn't quite good enough.
Pass cut out, suddenly on the attack. Here's a throw in a potentially dangerous area too.
A good delivery needed here.
Dealt with that threat well. Careless pass there. Here's D'Alessandro. Everton. The defender cuts this one out. Sergio Garcia. Here's Aymar. Gets it. Neatly done. Really dealt with that threat. Does well to maintain possession. Oscar.
Another shot blocked by the keeper.
They must be wondering what they have to do to beat this goalkeeper today. Picks it off. Will he have a dig? No, it's been intercepted. Plazil. Took him out completely. Gave away a free kick. Yellow card. Well, I must say that does seem a little harsh, but he was nowhere near the ball, so maybe the right decision really by the referee. The keeper has been kept busy today.
They've had a few decent attempts, but the keeper's been too good today.
Win the ball back. Diego Milito.
Well, no hesitation there by the keeper. Came out and collected.
It's clear. Everton. Nowhere near the ball. Foul given. No attempt whatsoever to play the ball. Free kick. 30 minutes into the first half. Modesto. They give away possession. Can he get a shot away? That's a great goal. It's the equaliser. 30 minutes played. The shot has struck the right-hand corner.
Well, now it's all back level. This game could really open up. Both teams desperately want the win here.
One goal each, the game level now at 1-1. Can he find half a yard here? In possession and getting forward here. He's gone for goal. Well, he may have lost concentration. That was off target.
Well, it was hit with plenty of pace, but just not on target.
One from. Here's D'Alessandro. Ponzio. Nicely found. Good pass. Brought an end to the attack. Wins the ball, great defending. Getting towards the last few minutes of the first half. He chooses to go down the right. He's looking for the target. Can he get a clean strike here? Got his foot in. That is sloppy play. Oscar. Neatly done. Really dealt with that threat. Only 1 minute to be added on. Looking for support now. Stops it nicely. Here's Aymar. There's the whistle for the end of the first half, and both managers with plenty to mull over here in preparing their half-time team talks. They have managed to pull level before half-time, Trevor.
Yes, they gave the goal away, but they kept their concentration and eventually earned their reward.
A goal each is how this one currently stands. Much to do in the second half then. The second half kicks off. How will it shape up? They've switched sides for the second half. Penalised for that challenge. Everton. Diego Milito. A lovely ball down the middle. Can he get the room he needs? The keeper tidies up. And it's given to the keeper. Divayo. Bad tackle there. Given away a free kick in a dangerous area. Tempers are flaring up here and the referee has to step in quickly and restore order. Oh, how close was that?
Well, I think the crowd were behind him all the way. They'll be sorry it wasn't in the back of the net, though.
Gabriel Milito. Oscar. Everton. And he's having a dig. No, you'll never score with accuracy like that. So had that gone in, we would have had a different game on our hands, Trevor.
You're right, Peter. They really have to make these chances pay off.
Play surges forward. Tries one. That was a great chance gone begging. A goal would really have turned this game round, Trevor.
Yes, Peter, I think everyone was aware of that. They just got to be more accurate.
And Givet. Jimenez. Ponzio. D'Alessandro.
Plenty of options for a cross.
The threat remains. Wins the ball, great defending. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Slides a great ball through. Needs to test the keeper here. It's in, that's their second. They retake the lead. Truly world class. The slenderest of leads at 2-1 here. Diego Milito. He needs to deliver a good ball in. Aymar! Gloriously done! They're back in it. He scores his second goal of the day.
You know, I wouldn't rule out a hat-trick the way he's shaping up.
They're back on level terms now.
Yes, let's see if they can keep the momentum.
And he's having a pop. Oh, millimetres away.
Well, some of the crowd thought that one was on its way in. And what a goal it would have been.
Jimenez. Sergio Garcia. Ponzio. Knocked out to the space on the wing. Chance in the box. Excellent defending there. D'Alessandro. Opportunity on the right then from the through ball. Referee blows his whistle. The assistant referee had his flag up. And then I think it's the right decision too. On the attack here. Cut out the pass. Here's Kohler.
That's a keeper's ball there.
Juanfran. No, it's been snuffed out. And passes the ball back. Dealt with that threat well. Too obvious. And Di Vaio. Within shooting range. Not a bad effort there, but not accurate enough to be threatening.
Well, it wasn't a bad solo effort. He just needs to be a yard or two sharper.
Ponzio. D'Alessandro. Nice one too. Vital interception. No way through. Everton. Here's Di Vaio. Will he find space for a shot? A magnificent goal. They put themselves in front again. He squeezed in his second goal of the game. 3-2 now, they're one up. They're only the one goal down here then. With 5 minutes to go, can they snatch an equaliser? And suddenly the defence is on the back foot. Kohler! Tied it up by the keeper. Oscar. Here's Aymar. Sergio Garcia. Good interception here. Jimenez. 3 minutes will be added on. Everton. Superb combination here. The keeper comes and takes the ball. The keeper has to deal with it. The whistle has gone and the match is over. They've done it. A great win for them here. They did everything possible to ensure the victory, and their supporters are... Hold on to your seats. This could be one heck of a ride. Both teams will be hoping for a bright start to the match. And Van Bommel read that well. Here's Camoranesi. Nedved, the tireless worker, wins possession to stop the attack. Too obvious. They win possession. Van Bommel. Here's Del Piero. It looks like he'll go for a cross. Needs a sight of goal. Mackay. Here's Schweinsteiger. And Van Bommel.
Oh, it's got through.
Shoots!
Yeah, the goalkeeper knew it was safe to come off his line there and collect the ball.
Chiellini. Del Piero. Here's Nedved. Stopped him illegally, says the ref. To the man in space. Dealt with the threat expertly. He's on the rampage. Van Bommel. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Here's Boomsong. Camoranesi. Here's Del Piero. In the box. And Lucio. Ismail. Here's Schweinsteiger. And Podolski. The through pass is cut out, but they give away a throw. Still their ball. Good attacking position too. Oh, what a goal! They've taken the lead. A super shot, what a beauty. It's 1-0 now, but can they hang on to this lead? And Bozhinov. Here's Trezeguet. Wonderful defending there. Van Bommel and Podolski. Brought an end to the attack. Deisler.
Well, this looks threatening.
Nice idea.
Well dealt with by the keeper.
And Bozhinov. We've reached the half-hour mark. Good pass. Will this be a goal? The danger hasn't been cleared. Here's Van Bommel. Mackay. Here's Schweinsteiger. Stop the attack dead then. Nedved.
Oh, that's a great through ball. Oh, a vital clearance. Quick thinking from the defender.
They're moving well down the left-hand side. Finds himself in the box. Trezeguet. What a goal! They're back on even terms. A super right-footed finish. We've had 2 goals here. It's level at 1 apiece. And Podolski. Will he get a shot away? Mackay. Schweinsteiger. Wins the ball, great defending. Ball held on to there. Here's Trezeguet. Is there room for a shot? Stop the attack well. And Van Bommel. Here's Mackay. They intercept the pass. Del Piero. Here's Camoranesi. Here's Trezeguet. Within shooting range.
Great save, he did well there.
His right foot shot was well struck, but it wasn't good enough to beat the keeper. There'll be 1 extra minute. And Van Bommel. Win possession, the attack came to nothing. The first half has come to a close then here, and the players head off to the dressing rooms. And I would think both managers will be hoping to spark a number of their players into... That's the second half underway. I wonder how the next 45 minutes will compare to the first. The sides have been changed for the second half. Nice work to keep possession too. Zebina. Cristiano Zanetti. Ball given away there. And Nedved. Well worked to win the ball. Here's Deisler. Down the right flank. Caught him late. Conceded a free kick in a dangerous position. Another scoring opportunity here. Gets it. Salihamidzic! Well, he tried the shot but failed to deliver on target.
Well, I think the defence has got to start asking questions of themselves there. They let him get in the shot unchallenged.
Robert Kovac. Nedved. Looking around for support. And Van Bommel. And Deisler. What a ball through the middle. And the keeper decides to come off his line for the ball. Win possession here. Here's Podolski. 15 minutes into the second half. He's on the rampage. They win possession. Well found by his teammate. Maybe a loss of composure there. He sent it wide.
Well, it was a good run, but he didn't quite have the finish to match it.
Ismail. Here's Deisler. Schweinsteiger. Zebina. The route down the right is his preferred option. How about this? And it's a corner kick. Swinging it in. Clearance picked up, might have a dig from here. And the defence cuts out that through ball. Here's Camoranesi. And Deisler. Possession maintained here. Podolski. Here's Mackay. Podolski! The goalkeeper makes the decision to come forward and collects the ball. Zebina. Cristiano Zanetti. And Nedved. Trezeguet. Dealt with the threat well. Does well to keep the ball. And Mackay. Podolski. And Van Bommel. And he's got on the end of it. Punched away and out for a corner. It's up for the aerial challenge. They've won another corner. It's given a bit of height.
It was a well-timed attempt.
The keeper was expecting that kind of effort. Camoranesi. He's off on the long run. Well maintained there. And Del Piero. They're in a good position down the left. And he crosses! The cross takes a deflection off the defender, so corner is given. It's into the middle. He hits the bar. And Mackay knocks it past the defence. Whoop, flag was up. Just offside then, he'd strayed off the last man. And the referee's assistant was pretty alert then. Here's Bozhinov. Chiellini. They've broken free on the wing. Cleared safely. Only 5 minutes remain, and there's nothing to separate the two sides. Will we see a winner here? Here's Camoranesi. Hang on to the ball there. Can he find the target? The keeper makes the stop. Keeper couldn't take it cleanly. It's gone behind though for a corner. It's sailing across the face of goal. Gathers the clearance. Can he have a shot? Van Bommel. A minimum of 2 minutes to be played for stoppages. Camoranesi. Here's Trezeguet. Bozhinov. Still in possession and a good position here. Wonderful defending there. The ref ends the game and a huge roar from the crowd. Nothing could separate these sides in the end, but the manager... A big roar from the crowd as the game gets underway. A great atmosphere here. Let's see what surprises are in store for us in this one. Here's Drogba. What can he conjure up here? That's a great goal. Well, they're out of the blocks so quickly here. In the opening minutes of the game. They've scored the first goal of the game. How do you think that will affect their approach now, Trevor?
Well, if anything, it might settle them down. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bit more patience in their build-up play.
Scholes! It's in! Brilliant! All square. Inside the first few minutes of the first half. They've got back on level terms, Trevor.
And they want to go on from here and get the winner.
Robin. Robin! The keeper holds it. Alan Smith. And Sylvestre. Here's Scholes. Boularus. Joe Cole. Here's Drogba. Can surely put it away. Crossing opportunity. The ball's out for a goal kick. Brown. Ferdinand. Here's Alan Smith. Finds him well. Rooney! Not a bad effort, but it wasn't on target. So had that gone in, we would have had a different game on our hands, Trevor.
You're right, Peter. They really have to make these chances pay off.
Possession gained there. Joe Cole. And Rooney. The defender cuts this one out. Here's Robin. Robin! Sylvestre. And Scholes. Can he test the keeper? The assistant referee had his flag up, not too happy there about the decision, but it is a free kick. Terry. Lampard. Here's Shevchenko. Worked really hard to get the ball back then. Rooney. 15 minutes gone. And Scholes. And Cristiano Ronaldo. Stop the attack dead then. Joe Cole. They're moving well down the left-hand side. Shevchenko! Well, he went for the shot, but it just wasn't good enough.
Well, I think the ball swerved a bit, didn't quite hit the shot properly.
And Alan Smith. Sylvestre. Brown. Cut it out nicely. Got the all-important touch. Giggs. Scholes. Neatly done. Really dealt with that threat. Here's Shevchenko. Won the ball well. And Scholes. Saha. Finds himself in the area. Amazing goal! What a comeback. Great goal from the forward.
It was a beautiful lob.
They put themselves in front, Trevor. Can they hold on now for the win?
Well, as long as they keep their concentration, I don't see why not.
Saha. Here's Shevchenko. There is a threat here.
It's a great chance.
And he tried the lob. And it's there. They've let in another one. 25 minutes played. He's lobbed the keeper. All the keeper could. 2 goals up, 3-1 now. Drogba. Robin. Now have possession here. Won the ball well. Down the line. And Robin. Here's Alan Smith. And Cristiano Ronaldo. He's looking for support. Careless pass there. Will he find the target now? Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, it may have looked a goal, but it's just a goal kick.
I think if you go it alone like that, you have to finish it off properly. And that's not what's happened.
Here's Lampard. Here's Shevchenko. The move on the left, set up from the through ball. Good pass. Joe Cole. He controlled the shot well, but it was straightforward for the keeper, really.
It wasn't an easy shot to handle, but the keeper did a fantastic job.
Alan Smith. Here's Rooney.
That was a superb interception.
Looking for some open space.
A good cross should set something up.
Gives it a go. Amazing goal! They might just run away with this. A great effort. It was such a good shot, wasn't it, Trevor?
Right, and I think that would give the team a little boost.
(4-1) can seem a safe lead, but no room for complacency yet. And Shevchenko. Still their ball, good attacking position too. Yep, he was offside there, to the massive relief of the opposition defenders. Here's Terry. And Drogba. Had the ball now.
It looks easy, but that is a quality piece of skill. Oh, great skill.
Really stopped in his tracks there. And Joe Cole. And Shevchenko. How about this? Wonderful defending there. Only 5 minutes until the break. Play pushes forward then. Scholes. Alan Smith. Here's Shevchenko. Scholes. Threads it through the defence. Cristiano Ronaldo. It's a corner kick. It's into the middle. And Ricardo Carvalho. Boularus. And Robin. A really careless pass there. Scholes. 2 more minutes is being shown on the board. Saha. Well cut out. Here's Ashley Cole. Lampard. And Robin. Here's Rooney. That's a threatening through ball. It's cleared. Drogba. Joe Cole. And Robin. Might work the keeper here. The keeper comes forward and the ball ends up in his arms. The first 45 minutes is over and the teams head off towards the dressing rooms here. So Trevor, what's your take on the game so far?
Well, for me, Peter, they really need to mix it up a bit. OK, they have the lead, but their attacking play has been pretty predictable.
So it's 4-1 the score as we await the second half here today. We kick off, and let's just hope the intensity from the first half is carried on into the second. No sign of any substitutions yet. Saha. Cristiano Ronaldo. Ricardo Carvalho. And Boularus. He's attacking the right-hand side of the area. And he swings it over to the target. Punched away and out for a corner. It's sailing across the face of goal. Here's Ferdinand. Alan Smith. No way through. And Shevchenko. Flag was up, just called offside there. Good call though by the assistant referee. Rooney. Oh, great defending there. What can he conjure up here? And that must have been millimetres wide of the left post.
Well, it wasn't a bad solo effort. He just needs to be a yard or two sharper.
No, it's been intercepted. The break is on. And Scholes. Here's Rooney. Scholes. Attack came to nothing. Lampard. Extremely important interception there. That is sloppy play. He's carried the ball forward. Scholes. Needs to find the target with the ball in. Scholes! He'll be disappointed there. Not enough accuracy on the shot.
He got the cross in from the left all right, finding a man in space, but the shot wasn't quite up to it.
Looking for support now. Lampard! No way through. Here's Drogba. Chance in the box. Drogba! Keeper's ball. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Joe Cole. Lampard. Possession lost there. Reads it well. And Joe Cole to the man in space. Could get a shot away. He pounces. Remarkable goal. Now they're 2 goals down. That's reduced the difference between the two teams. Evra. And Giggs. Drogba. And Robin. Threads it through perfectly. Maybe a miss-hit. It was off target, though.
We'd love to have seen a goal, but that wasn't quite up to it.
Here's Ferdinand. Evra. And Rooney. Giggs. And Scholes. The through ball sets up the attack. Wasted opportunity, not on target there.
Well, it was a good run, but he didn't quite have the finish to match it.
Looking around for support. Here's Scholes. There's a threatening through ball. Possession gained there. And Robin. And Rooney. Saha.
That was outrageously confident.
And Lampard. He's carried the ball forward. Just needs half a yard here. Well, it came off the defender there. It's into the middle.
Keeper didn't take his eyes off the ball there.
Saha. And Cristiano Ronaldo. Joe Cole. Down the right flank. Almost 75 minutes have gone. Lampard. Gets it. Can he find the space? And the defence cuts out that through ball. He had to get there and he did. Nice work to keep possession too. Stop the attack dead then. Saha. Joe Cole. To the man in space. Quite remarkable.
Take the ball and restart quick. You still have lots to do.
Can they make a heroic... They've fallen behind, Trevor. Can they come back?
Well, if they give their all right up until the final whistle, who knows?
Dealt with the threat expertly. Here's Shevchenko. Poorly attempted pass. Cristiano Ronaldo. Cut out the pass. Here's Ricardo Carvalho. Joe Cole. Here's Robin. No, it's been snuffed out. Giggs. Here's Robin. Stop the attack well. Here's Alan Smith. And Scholes. Cristiano Ronaldo. Here's Drogba. Well worked to win the ball. Lampard. Trouble for the defence from the left. Here's Ferdinand. Brown. The final whistle is approaching and there's only one goal in it here. Here's Rooney. Still with the ball in good attacking position too. Gets it. Cristiano Ronaldo. No trouble for the keeper. Here's Ashley Cole. Shevchenko. Terry. Shevchenko. And Lampard. Can he find half a yard here? Corner, some good play by the defence there.
Now they need to take their time and get this right.
Receives it in space. Into the danger area. Picked up by the keeper. The referee's whistle goes and that's it. They've turned the game around and grabbed an invaluable win. They have done very well to come from being a goal down to win the match.
Oh, exactly, Peter. They've worked hard. Never go.
The tackles could be fierce today. There's no love lost between these two teams. Both teams will be aiming to keep it tight in the early stages. Good pass. Henry! Got the shot in, but I think the goalkeeper knew it was off target.
Well, I wonder if he was trying to curl it in from there. It just didn't come off for him.
Here's Cambiasso. Adriano. Here's Crespo. That's a neat ball down the middle. It looks as if he brought him down there, but no whistle. Henry. Henry!
Well, he didn't catch it, but he did make it safe by punching it out of play.
Drives it to the middle. And the first person to receive the corner is the keeper. And Ibrahimovic. There's not a lot of support. The push forward gains momentum. What can he do here? Astonishing goal! It's the first goal of the game. in the opening minutes of the game. Everyone knew. They're ahead by a goal to nil. Henry, deliberate foul. Ibrahimovic. Nope, it's been cut out. Poorly attempted pass. And Fleb. Great control. Snuffed out the danger. Here's Ibrahimovic. And now the counter-attack. Ibrahimovic! The keeper deals with it. Gallas. And Van Persie. Didn't give it away, advancing on goal here. Solid defence in the box. Crespo.
That's well cut out.
Lienberg. Kleb. Pushing further forward. Van Persie. Will he find space for a shot? Here's Adriano. Crespo. The defender was quick to see this one. Here's Fleb. And Van Persie. Went down, but no whistle. Gilberto Silva. And Dejan Stankovic. Hold on to possession here. Adriano. Good footwork creates the counter-attack. Gilberto Silva. And Crespo. Dejan Stankovic. Here's Cordoba. And Dejan Stankovic.
Good passing with a lovely little touch. And the keeper has it.
And Fleb. Adriano! That's way too much height on that one.
Well, it was a really dangerous situation there. They'll be sorry not to have hit the target.
Fleb. He showed no signs of giving up. And Van Persie dealt with the threat expertly. Van Persie and Fleb now have possession here. They intercept the pass. Van Persie. Lienberg. Some running off the ball for the cross. And Van Persie. Gilberto Silva!
Another shot blocked by the keeper.
They must be wondering what they have to do to beat this goalkeeper today. Dejan Stankovic. It's through. The defence needs to be tight on their man here. Crespo. Almost 30 minutes gone. Can he find the space? Dejan Stankovic. And the opportunity comes to nothing.
I think the keeper made himself very big there and just put the striker off.
It's cleared. To the man in space. Brought an end to the attack.
It was a clever move to intercept the pass.
And Henry. Possession lost there. Here's Dejan Stankovic. Needs a sight of goal. Crespo. That's a great goal. Although 2-0 now, they can't get too complacent. And Crespo.
That was a superb interception.
Henry. Henry! The keeper has been kept busy today.
They've had a few decent attempts, but the keeper's been too good today.
And Figo. Adriano. Late challenge. And Vieira. Here's Dejan Stankovic. Adriano! Amazing goal! They've given away another goal. The goal came from the forward. It's 3-0 and they don't look like giving anything away. Henry. Will he test the keeper? That was a dreadful mistake by the keeper. Luckily for him, though, the defender was able to clear it. Chance for a counter then. Here's real danger. Ibrahimovic. Yes, it's in. That's number 4. They've now conceded 2 successive goals without reply. Fabulous strike down the middle. It's 4-0 and they're running away with this one. And Ljungberg got the all-important touch. Adriano. Adriano! Gloriously done! That's 2 they've conceded in less than 5 minutes. That was his 2nd goal of the game.
He looks to be in tremendous shape today.
It's 5-0 here, and they seem to be scoring at will.
Well, they're starting to click, Peter.
Stopped the attack well, getting towards the last few minutes of the first half. He's off down the left wing. Can he create something here? Crespo! Got the shot in, but I think the goalkeeper knew it was off target.
Well, he would have loved to add to his goal tally then, but good effort for trying the lob shot anyway.
Gilberto Silva. Good pass. Henry!
Another shot blocked by the keeper.
They must be wondering what they have to do to beat this goalkeeper today. And Cordoba. Ibrahimovic. 1 minute is being shown on the board. Will he put it away? Oh, it's in! That gives them a comfortable lead. In the closing moments of the first half. Junior Baptista.
That was a superb interception.
Here's Ljungberg. And Gilberto Silva. Great work to win the ball. It's the end of the first half here. The players go off for a break, and I wonder what words of advice their managers will have for them. Trevor, how did you see that half?
I think in many ways the scoreline doesn't reflect the play. They really should be using the pitch much better.
It's looking more and more like a drubbing. 6-0, the half-time score. We start the second half. The managers have had their say during the break. Let's see how the players respond. It's as you were for both teams, with no substitutions. Here's Figo. Worked really hard to get the ball back then. And Julio Baptista. Can he shoot? Outstanding interception in his own box. Intercepts it, real chance. Ibrahimovic. He's looking for support. Can he get a decent cross in? And Cambiasso. That pass didn't make it. Reads it well. Slices open the defence. Caught offside, absolutely no question about it. That was the right decision. Kleb. Lienberg.
That was outrageously confident.
Ball one, good defending there. And Cambiasso. Here's Adriano. Won the ball well.
That was a poor pass.
Adriano. Well read and intercepted. And Ibrahimovic. Timely interception. Here's Julio Baptista. Gilberto Silva. And Lienberg. It looks like he'll go for a cross. They've won a corner. To the target in the middle. It's an own goal. How embarrassing.
That's a shame. Sometimes, unfortunately, it happens, but nobody likes to...
Here's Adriano. Extremely important interception there. Oh, terrible defending. Chance here. Adriano. The keeper makes it safe, but gives away the corner. Who's waiting in the middle? He's carried the ball forward. Gets it. Henry!
And that shot comes off the keeper's gloves and out of play. It's a corner.
It's sailing across the face of goal. And Materazzi. Here's Dejan Stankovic. Kleb. Here's Van Persie. What will he conjure up now? And it's there! And they've narrowed the gap to 4 goals. They pull one back, but it's not going to be enough. They've scored, but they still have lots to do from here. A really careless pass there. And Kleb. Here's Dejan Stankovic. Crespo.
Good passing with a lovely little touch.
Wonderful defending there.
A good delivery needed here.
And Cordoba. Well read and intercepted. Julio Baptista. They're breaking quickly here. He punches it clear.
Yes, it's off the keeper and out for a corner. At least he punched it out of danger.
Who's waiting in the middle? Great opportunity to swing it over from the left there. Dealt with the threat expertly. Here's Ibrahimovic. Looking for support now. Stopped him well there. Eboué. He's on the rampage. Here's Kleb. Still with the ball in good attacking position too. Ibrahimovic. 2 goals to his name so far. Good interception here. The defence needs to be tight on their man here. Is there space for a shot? And the goalkeeper puts it out for a corner. It's curling in. We're almost in the final quarter of an hour. Henry. Dealt with that threat well. And Figo. Runs with the ball towards the right flank. Just needs half a yard here. He may whip the cross in. Gets the ball, slack defending. What can he do from here? Very important interception. Here's Julio Baptista. Has sight of goal here. They've been given a corner. They'll battle for this in the middle. A good clearing header. And Ibrahimovic. Adriano. Had the ball now. And Lienberg. Here's Gallas. And Julio Baptista. Got the all-important touch on the ball there. Crespo.
The ball has eluded the defence.
Adriano! The shot is deflected out off the defender. Swinging it in.
This player's got great skill with his delivery.
Can he put it away? Dejan Stankovic. They're given another corner. To the target in the middle. In the box. Adriano.
The keeper kept his eye on the ball well there, came forward and took it.
Kleb. He has to do better than that. We're into the last 5 minutes. To the man in space. It's been deflected out of play. It's into the face of goal. And Adriano. Stopped him well there. Dejan Stankovic. They're in possession down the left wing. Goal kick. And suddenly the defence is on the back foot. Needs to find the target here. Crucial interception in the box. Van Persie. Here's Henry. Looking around for support. He'll be disappointed there. Not enough accuracy on the shot.
Oh, it's an excellent bit of pressure up front to make the chance. They'll be sorry though, they've just missed the goal.
Vieira. Here's Adriano. And Cambiasso. Bad challenge there, free kick given. The referee ends the game here. They cruise to victory by a massive margin. Well, Trevor, what did... The fans are providing a noisy and colourful backdrop for this great occasion. Let's see what kind of match these two teams can produce. Here's Thuram. Excellent defending there. Here's Ronaldo. A vital cut out there and a good clearance. Ronaldinho. Here's Jogatina. Good running on the ball. It's a fantastic goal. They've scored the early goal. Inside the first few minutes of the first half. Play resumes with just a one goal separating these teams. Eto'o. Here's Saviola. There's not a lot of support. The ball still with them here. Reyes. This looks dangerous. Might work the keeper here. Here's Jogatina and Messi. Eto'o.
And the keeper has it under control.
Beckham. Here's Sergio Ramos. Ball one here. Julie. Looking around for support. Receives a pass. The ball's over the line. It's a corner. To the target in the middle. And Thuram. Here's Jogatina. Ronaldinho. Beckham. Held on to the ball there. Here's Ronaldinho. Jogatina. Wins possession to stop the attack. Zambrotta. Saviola. Here's Eto'o.
Oh, it's got through.
Eto'o. That could have been a costly mistake by the keeper, but his defender played it to safety. It's there! They're now 2 goals up. Absolutely magnificent. You could just sense the relief from the attacker and his teammates when that went. They've got a 2-goal lead, Trevor.
Yes, they're completely in control of the game. This lead may be quite enough for them today.
Ronaldo. Neatly done. Really dealt with that threat. The keeper has been kept busy today.
They've had a few decent attempts, but the keeper's been too good today.
Getting deeper inside the opponent's half. Wonderful defending there. He continues his run down the right.
That through ball has put the defence on the back foot.
Cross went in, but nobody on the end of it. Here's Beckham. They're just not clicking with each other. Messi. Here's Ronaldinho. Here's real danger. Attack came to nothing. And Eto'o. They're moving well down the right-hand side. It's out of play, and that's a goal kick. Raul Bravo. And Roberto Carlos. Here's Beckham. Gets it. What will he do from here? Now he's got a chance to whip it across from the left. Oh, it's in! One more goal will bring the game level. 25 minutes played. Great goal from the forward. They have the slimmest of leads at 2-1. Puyol and Saviola. Perfectly executed. Had to make it, and he did. Wins the ball, great defending. And Van Nistelrooy. We've reached the half-hour mark. Will this be a goal here? Saviola. Here's Ronaldo. That is sloppy play. Beckham. Finds a teammate. Stopped him well there. The danger is snuffed out. He goes on himself. Sergio Ramos. Here's Beckham. Keeps the ball in a very promising position. Dealt with that threat well. Saviola. Here's Eto'o.
Look at that, it's the perfect one too.
Dealt with the threat expertly. And he's off along the left touchline. To the man in space. Can he test the keeper? Oh, and it's in! He's put through his own net!
That own goal could really take the wind out of their sails.
It's 3-1 here, a 2-goal cushion now. Ronaldo. Here's Van Nistelrooy. Brought an end to the attack. And Ronaldinho. Pushing further forward. Can he get a clean strike here? Oh, what a goal! They've now conceded 2 successive goals. 5 minutes left in the first half. So, Trevor, 3 goals between the teams. The game looks like it's over.
Yes, Peter, it's beginning to look like a foregone conclusion.
Reyes! Gloriously done! Now they're 2 goals behind. I think that goal may have been a bit of a wake-up call. Win possession, the attack came to nothing. Ronaldo. Gudjonsson. Here's Beckham. Good pass. Stop the attack dead then. Saviola. And Eto'o. Some running off the ball for the cross. Can he find half a yard here? The first half is over and the teams head off for the dressing rooms. The managers have had plenty to mull over before giving their half-time team talks. So, Trevor, what's your take on the game so far? So, as the fans take a breather, 4-2 is how the score sheet reads. The second 45 minutes of football kicks off, but how will this one pan out? They've switched sides for the second half. Beckham. Here's Ronaldinho. Eto'o. Nice stretching of the play, pushing forward. Down the middle. Can he get the room he needs? Eto'o.
Oh, he got under that one. Never threatened the goal. It's so important for the marker to snuff out goal attempts like that.
Sergio Ramos. Now have possession here. Win possession here. Eto'o. Here's Jogatina. Messi. There's a threatening through ball. No way through. Here's Jogatina. Can he hit the target? Another shot. And the keeper's in no man's land. And the rebound. No, he didn't hit that one well enough. Not a bad effort, though.
The goalkeeper will be asking questions of his defence for letting that happen.
Roberto Carlos. And Ronaldo. Ball one, good defending there. Messi. They're in a good position down the right. And Reyes. And Roberto Carlos. Van Nistelrooy. Intercepted well.
Now it's their turn to threaten the goal.
Still going. Can he get a clean strike here?
Plenty of options for a cross.
Ronaldinho. And Robinho. Won the ball well. Jogatina. Pass went astray. Ball stolen away. Chance here. Looking for support now. Stop the attack well. They can swing it in from the right wing. Latches on, and it's there! Surely they can't lose. Scores at 5-2, a 3-goal cushion now. Eto'o! And coming forward, the keeper collects the ball. Here's Sergio Ramos. Here's Robinho. No way through. Well read. Ronaldo. Dealt with that threat well. The ball's out for a goal kick. And Zambrotta. Jogatina. Here's Beckham. The ball still with them here. Sends the ball wide. They can swing it in from the left wing. Sneaks into the penalty area. Neatly done. Really dealt with that threat. He's off on the long run. Ronaldinho. Possession lost there. Carries the ball through the middle. Can surely put it away. Ronaldo. Well, he may have lost concentration. That was off target.
Well, maybe he was unlucky on that one. Did well to find the space for the shot, though. It was a well-timed attempt.
The keeper was expecting that kind of effort. And Saviola. Here's Ronaldinho. Worked really hard to get the ball back then. Van Nistelrooy. Still with possession, and they can attack from here. Here's Roberto Carlos. Roberto Carlos! That was closer to the corner flag.
I think the line of defence was really exposed there. They've got to watch their man better in those situations.
Approaching the last 15 minutes of the game. Eto'o. Here's Messi. He's carrying the ball forward. And he takes the return. Now he's got a chance to whip it across from the right. Oh, he threw that opportunity away. Raul Bravo. And Reyes. Beckham. Van Nistelrooy. Can he test the keeper? Robinho. That's a great goal. They've reduced the deficit to 2 goals. 5-3 now, and they may look to extend their lead here. Julio. Van Nistelrooy. Slides a great ball through. Attack came to nothing. Messi. And Gudjonsson. That is sloppy play. Here's Van Nistelrooy. All free kick awarded in a very promising position here. This is a great chance for a shot on goal. He's gone for it. And that's pushed behind by the keeper. Corner. Plays it on the ground. They're making good progress down the right side. In the penalty area. Dealt with the threat expertly. Ronaldinho. He goes on himself.
Snapped up by the keeper.
Here's Sergio Ramos. The clock counting down. And Fabio Cannavaro.
That was a superb interception.
Stay on the ball there. Ronaldo. Dealt with the threat well. And Thuram. Eto'o. Will he get a shot away? And the ball remains in the danger zone. Does well to keep the ball. Reyes. Here's Ronaldo. Beckham. Here's Emerson.
That was outrageously confident. Safely stopped by the keeper.
Saviola. Nowhere near the ball, foul given. And Marquez. Here's Thuram. And Messi. Here's Gudjonsson. Saviola. Great interchange there. That's picked up by the goalkeeper. The referee's whistle ends the game. They've managed a victory here after having played out of their skins today. An absolutely fantastic performance, which will have done their manager proud and